Oh hi, weekend twofer. Now we're going to be doing something different for this first for the one for the first video because a lot of things has happened for the past week. Now not just in Philippine politics, but even in K-pop itself. We were There has been a lot of releases, and we're gonna be doing a quick roundup. Well, not complete roundup, but we're gonna be doing a roundup of some of the ones that I've watched, and then we're gonna be going to our focus, which is Yeji's Air. Well, first off, for the past last week we had a release for Recine's Glow Up. They're a fairly new group. I hadn't gone a deep dive on them, but I did watch their Glow Up release. And so far, I think it's solid. I love the part of the chorus. We're doing the tiki-taki things with the series. But so far, I would say it's solid. It's actually pretty solid. We haven't gone a deep dive on it yet. We're gonna be once we get through this, we're going to be adding. We're gonna be talking about them soon. Now another group that has also released is for this actually for that has been like for the past few weeks. Another one that's also released that's already released is Hearts to Hearts and Kiki. So far, just like Ricine, I haven't really gone through their. I mean, I did listen to their music, but somehow it isn't really striking. It isn't really. I would say, it isn't really not getting the hang of it yet. Though, if I'm gonna, well, since Ricine has already debuted way longer than Kiki and Hearts to Hearts, of course, Ricine sounds a lot better. But if I were to choose between the two groups, if it's Kiki or Ricine, or if it's Kiki or Hearts to Hearts, I would say, well, they're both beautiful, but I would say Hearts to Hearts might have a little bit of an advantage, though of course they're coming from a bigger group. They're coming from SM. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the ones that were released this week, this past few days. Well, let's first start with Seulgi of Red Velvet. Now, the reason why I was gonna be talking, if anything, there are actually three girl groups that I haven't really gone into, but for the little viewer, for the few viewers that I have, maybe you can. I would need your help in getting song recommendations for this group, specifically Red Velvet and Mix. Why? Because for Red Velvet, they came in the same time with Twice, so I went with Twice. I like Twice because they're bubblegummy, they're cutesy, while Red Velvet has a little more of an edge. Seulgi is one of the members of Red Velvet who has done solo work. Now, honestly, I never really got into Red Velvet because I was so into Twice. But since I would say I'm a very big fan of ILLIT, and Yuna's favorite performer, because Yuna's idol is Seulgi, which that got me in the radar, and the fact that Sserafim and Seulgi released their MVs together and basically in the same period of time, then got me watching. And I'm gonna be talking about Seulgi's Baby Not Baby. It's funny because I would say for the three main videos that we're gonna be talking about, which is Seulgi's Baby Not Baby, Sserafim's Hot, and Yeji's Air, it's like sampling from three different eras. Let's start with Seulgi. It's tough, it's strong. The video is her music videos, like her really being not really caring what anybody thinks and just doing her stuff. But the sound itself keeps makes me remember early Britney Spears, a little bit of Willa Ford, in terms of the pacing and the music style. It's just that I don't know much about Seulgi to really get into her how she really is. But for the video itself, it's really punching your face, in your face. And I would say it's solid. But of course, since I am not that familiar with Seulgi and also with Red Velvet in general, though they did perform in the Philippines before, but it puts me in a state where I liked it. It was pretty I was pretty it really took my attention, but it doesn't get the familiarity or the feel of familiarity with me, since I'm a totally noob. I'm even less than a noob with Red Velvet and Seulgi songs. It's just that I got into watching her MV because Yuna posted posted some of her. I'm not sure if it's her posted something wherein she was so excited when she got to see Seulgi and who is her idol. So I would say Seulgi's not baby good. It's just that I know nothing about her and I really know nothing about Red Velvet to really get into it. But by the way, I'll be posting links. I'll be posting the links of these new videos. But check it out. For me, it's in your face. It's strong. Reminds me of early 2000s. Early 2000s strong Britney Spearsy type kind of Willa Fordy. For some reason, it reminds me of watching Willa Ford. It's good, but I'll have to talk about the next one, which is Sserafim's Hot. For the past few weeks, I think for the past 2 weeks, I guess, they've been, no, more than that. They've been teasing a lot of visualizers for the video. It got released, and what am I feeling? It's reminding me of late 90s girl groups. The pace is pretty slow. It's not electronically. You can really feel the drums on it. You can really feel the instruments on it. But it puts me in the vibe of the 90s, like slow type 90s songs. But the visuals were amazing. Well, it's Le Sserafim, all right. So, they've always been very revolution. They've oh no, not revolutionary, but they've always pushed the boundaries. They've always reinvent themselves, and this is no different. From crazy to easy to smarter, they reinvent themselves, and this is another facet of Le Serafim's. How can they? The term might be Le Serafim's versatility. Now, the video in itself, it's of all the videos of Le Serafim I watched. Let's start with Smart. This is not as bombastic. This is not as it doesn't give the big bang appeal of, like, say, Crazy. It's a slow burn. But it's a slow burn that leads to a big explosion. That's one thing I would say with Le Sserafim. But I'll have to say the only cons I have there is that since Crazy has really gotten into has really hit it there, especially with the other songs, with the other songs from that release. I would say the shockwave from Crazy and the release of that whole album kind of makes you a bit makes Hot a bit underwhelming. I would say even for the dance alone, compared to the movements of Crazy, Hot is very muted. I might be It might be a big negative for some. For me, it's not really. But I would say that if it doesn't. I mean, okay, hot take. It doesn't measure up to the rest of this for hot. I mean, for crazy. Honest, I just have. I mean, I pray gotta. I mean, it's my opinion, yes, but it might be a hot take. But then again, yes, it's not as that. Well, that's I guess that's what happens when you get something really, really powerful. But yes, it's not as. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's great, but it's not crazy. It's not crazy. It's not any of the songs. So, but the choreography is great. It's very light. So a little bit less, more chill. Visuals are amazing. I actually like the visuals here more. Um, Noteworthy. Yun Chase blonde hair. I never thought it suit her, but it suits her just fine. Sakura is a bit. Sakura's a bit. I mean, she's a bit over. I find that she didn't have that much stuff here. Um, Kazuha started the song. She looks pretty. The blonde hair, not so much. I still like her with black hair. Yunjin is still pretty, especially in that wedding dress type. And Chaewon with no, I mean, we've seen Chaewon with different hair colors, and she doesn't look cute here. She looks beautiful. She looks a little bit. She looks pretty. She looks hotter here. Um, so I would say visuals better. I honestly like their visuals here. Like song effect. Okay. Sorry. But as an added bonus, so it's a pretty much of a K-pop roundup. Oh yeah, K-pop roundup. But before we go to our main dish, I just like to also talk about my favorite group, ILLIT. Now, ILLIT since February, since Valentine's, they released Almond Chocolate in Japanese, which is their first Japanese release. And they just released also within the same week of the release of Le Sserafim, Yeji, is the Korean version of Almond Chocolate. So it's basically the same thing with in Korean. And what even makes it better is that they have released their performance video. The performance video is not released through the Hybe labels, it's released in their own YouTube channel. And I love the visuals. It's very clean, they're all white. A very, I would say, angelic. And it's funny because as they were doing the performance videos, I think Almond Chocolate was really meant to be sung, like really sung, because they were singing it, they were using flowers as their mic, and the whole choreography is choreographed holding a mic. There's also a video that was released on their Beat Axe performance in Japan, where they sang it live for the first time, and it's actually gone viral because it showed one he's singing the triple high note. But I mean, it was already released in their behind the scenes video where one he did the triple high note while recording. But what actually caught my eye is that Eroha also did her high note. Right, so let's not forget how Eroha did her high note, and then how Minju supported Eroha and Yuna in singing that note. She has that. We do know that. I mean, for people that are not familiar, I mean, I love ILLIT. ILLIT is my ultimate group. Well, aside from Twice and ITZY, which is my goated groups, but ILLIT is the one that ILLIT will something that I really like, and we know that Minju is their singing ace, right? And Minju has this cursive style of singing, and she was able to put that in good use when she was supporting Yuna and Eroha with their light, sweet voice. Then comes Wonhee with that triple high note after that. So, yes, let's celebrate Wonhee and her. But by the way, she's been doing that since Are You Next anyway. So, let's celebrate that. But let's not forget how Eroha did her high note as well. And then, just today, they finally performed it in a music show. And where else? In Music Bank, where Minju is the host. They did their almond chocolate Korean version dance. And one thing that I noticed is that there's the fans, the ILLIT fans are a lot noisier now. They were able to sing the fan chant. They were able to sing, or they were able to do the fan chant. They were able to do the fan chant louder. It's the loudest I've heard them do a fan chant, and I think it's testament to ILLIT's, I would say, ILLIT's growing popularity, especially with regards to the initial progress of the court cases against Adore and New Jeans. That I think we've gotten as an ILLIT fan, we've gotten a bit more. I mean, I guess they got a little bit more vindication. So I hope it continues, and I hope they can perform in more music shows with Almond Chocolate, because it's a great song, great dance. I love the interaction between Yuna and Minju when they were dancing it together. So check it out. I'll post links as always. And lastly, we're gonna go to the main dish. I know it's already 16 minutes long, but I have to talk about it. Yeji's Air. Yeji's Air. Okay. First off, I am a fan of Twice since TT. Okay, so fan of Twice. They're goated. They're way up there. I'm not gonna compare nothing on them. Okay, Girls' Generation is, I would say, Hall of Fame tier already. There, but Twice. ITZY is next to Twice. Okay, I love every member of ITZY. The same way I love every member of Twice, and I love every member of ILLIT. But ITZY. But the person that I really find, personally, my bias, and even my K-pop crush is Yeji. Okay, if anything, I would say she's the originator of the cat face. You know, most people would always say that Herin is the cat face, and now there are people, but it's Yeji. Sorry, it's Yeji. Yeji of ITZY, the leader, has since gone solo, did the solo work. Her first solo work, and the first of ITZY to do solo. And they heard an album, and her carrier single is Air. Now, ITZY, people have been saying that ITZY's type of music has been going down lately, but since Sneakers, personally, I love Sneakers. I love a lot of their songs. And I guess they started having a resurgence when they had a friend, imaginary friend. Now, on that high note, Yeji comes up with her solo and her carrier single Air. Now, how do I feel about it? It's amazing. It reminds me of the 80s power songs, like the synth, the heavy synths. You can actually put Yeji's song in Stranger Things, and people would think it's coming from there. She reminds me of a Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul. For people who are pretty young, check out Paula Abdul. Not the American Idol version. The Paula Abdul. Not the Crush either. The Paula Abdul dancing, like cold-hearted. I'm a cold-hearted girl. Anyway, Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul was an 80s. She got big in the 80s. She used to be a Laker girl. For people who are not into basketball, there used to be famous dancers who danced for the Lakers. Used to be a Laker girl. She became Janet Jackson's choreographer, and then she did it on her own with Paula Abdul. She got pretty famous. She also did American Idol, but she is a great dancer, and her music is pretty similar to something with Yeji. And just like Paula Abdul, Yeji's a great dancer. Okay, ITZY has always been very strong. ITZY has always played with energy. But what Yeji differentiates Yeji from ITZY is that she adds a little bit more quirk. in her stuff. Her dances are, yes, it's powerful, just like in ITZY, but it adds a little bit of quirk, and I would say even adds a bit humor. The video in itself is on different scenes, but it seems she had some things like she strips on the carpet, she's walking on a like that assembly thing, that line thing, and it's amazing. The dance, amazing. It's not the ITZY power dance. It was doing more about like like a robot-y poppy thing, which actually suits her a lot. And if there's one thing that maybe they need to take a bite from Yeji is that ITZY can be something like that, you know. ITZY, Yeji does an ITZY thing but made it a Yeji thing. I'm not sure how it is, but that's how I see it. And it's amazing. As I had to keep it from last. So it's funny because Seulgi's Baby Not Baby reminds me of early 2000s. The Seraphim's Hot reminds me of the 90s. And Yeji reminds me of the 80s. Three eras, right? And so once this goes up, I'll post the links. It's got pretty long, but it became a Yeji and the K-pop roundup thing. So I'll post the links for this, but please check out Almond Chocolate. It's in their ILLIT page, not in Hype Labels. Amazing. The dances, amazing. Yeji, amazing. Le Sserafim, good. Seulgi, solid. New groups, Risin's not new, but they're pretty new. Kiki and Hearts to Hearts, good potential, and exciting week, great week for K-pop.